Welcome back to another episode of FCM. You already know what time it is. Live and direct, live in the flesh. You feel me? Host the most, Myra Quadri. To my left, the cult hero, the birthday hero himself.
Hey.
Give it up.
Big Oga. Big Oga.
Hams.
Are you 40 years old now?
Yeah, 42. 42.
And to my right, of course, the podcasting Pepe himself, Kadani. I did not get the memo about the black tracksuits, black and grey.
It's a funeral. It's a funeral.
I was wearing a black
shit.
tracksuit myself as well. I could
Gang
change that with
shit.
it. But
Gang,
listen,
gang,
man,
gang.
like, share, subscribe. You already know what time it is. Without further ado, you know what you're here for. You're here for entertainment. You're here for analysis. And FCM, we are going to deliver that. But as is custom around here, listen, if your team went out this week, did what needed to be done, performed, put in a performance, hold tight the 3-point collectors wherever you are in the building. Hold tight the 3-point collectors.
It's been a minute.
We here.
Hey.
We here.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
Hold tight the participants as well. Listen, it takes two to tango.
Unlucky lads.
It takes two to tango.
Better luck next time.
A team can't play football by themselves. They have the opposition, so hold tight the participants. And alas, there's a lot to get into. We've got... Whoa. It's not super chat, but Temi A, that is outrageous.
What did he say?
I need to hear Cam's clapping. Pause.
Come on.
Fairs.
Hey, listen.
Is this how you want to spend your Sunday nights, my brother?
Wow.
Go for it.
If I can make premium content, if you know what I mean?
Subscribe to the
Yo,
OF.
what, you know what I'm saying? I can make that if you want.
Listen, there's a lot to get into. We've got the game we just witnessed now, Chelsea, Liverpool. We've got General Stones coming clutch. We've got Arsenal losses. We've got United dubs. After international break, there's been a lot going on. Spurs dubs.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man.
Big
Yeah,
dubs.
come on.
But let's start with the game, which was the Super Sunday fixture. Chelsea, Liverpool. Liverpool only conceded 2 goals so far this season. Chelsea being like the flavour at the moment. Guess it was about love. Do we have a team that can be title contenders versus a team that maybe wants to get into conversations, the early things that people were saying? I guess for the neutral, a well-contested game.
Very good game.
A very contested game. You seem to thoroughly enjoy it during our watch along.
lie.
Hold tight Doyle as well. Doyle came in, shared some vibes. 2-1 Liverpool. Again, from my perspective, I think it will be remiss not to say that Liverpool are going to be there or thereabouts when it comes to May. I think what I respected about Liverpool is that for a young Chelsea side, that is kind of the direction Chelsea want to be going to, how Liverpool played. Centre-half partnership that trust each other. You got midfielders coming in who have not been, the flavour at the moment in Curtis Jones giving man of the match performances.
Hey,
You've got
what a performance, man.
great performance. You got all-timers just restoring the feeling. Mo Salah just looked electrifying. Something that doesn't get spoken about enough in this game so far from what I'm seeing is the defensive contributions and performance from Trent. Anyone he came up against, everyone's like, Trent's not good defensively. He held it down today. It wasn't much about the output today. It was about defending well.
He had an easy task, though, innit?
What, against Sancho?
A very easy task.
Why you hating for,
Let's keep it 100 now. Let's keep it 100. I'm one of Trent's biggest fans, but that was a very easy task today, bro.
He did well against Neto for parts, though.
I thought Neto did well when he was going inside.
Yeah.
He was coming inside the pitch.
Yeah.
And he did well. So, listen, Trent, I've always thought when it comes to this 1v1, I'm not saying he's Wan-Bissaka level, but I've always thought people kind of overblow it anyway. But, I mean, Sancho is food, bro. It's food.
Food is...
Meat, drink, food, crisp, whatever you want to call it. Like, that's a relatively easy game for Trent, bro.
Fair dues. But let's do it like this. What are the biggest takeaways from this game? Start with Liverpool first as they won, then go to Chelsea?
Yeah. I think for me, Curtis Jones' performance
Special,
was the biggest takeaway for me. I thought that's a Liverpool midfield over this season. You feel like McAllister, Sobol, Gravenberch, they've kind of almost cemented their roles, if you like, this season. He's coming, obviously, we know the injury issues he's had, but he's that local boy. Bro, today, what he played, I think he had the most ball recoveries, contributed goal for the second, scored the winner, won the penalty for the first one, could have even won a penalty for the second one. He was everywhere today. And I think when you come in to a side that's already firing on all cylinders, that's the type of performance you need to put in. And interestingly, they swapped the left wing today as well, because we've been saying Luis Diaz all season started firing. But then Gakpo, whenever he's come in Champions League, he's also been delivering. And I think it's one of those nice luxuries you can almost have of having two players on form at the time rotating. So I thought thought Liverpool did their job today. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I thought their front line played pretty well. I thought Salah today, some of the passes.
Yeah.
Bro.
Special,
it was
bro.
like, I know we've almost normalised this outside of the boot pass he does now.
Yeah,
but he did like 2 or 3 of them today. Even Nunes, when he came on, some of the passes he found, I thought he was a good handful when he came on. And this is, I think, what Liverpool are going to have this season, is they knew they had the quality players like the Salahs, like the Trents, like the Virgils, that are going to deliver week in, week out. But then last season, they had a lot of those guys who they could call up for backup, being out injured, unavailable. The Curtis Joneses, the Konates. Even when Alisson goes down, Kelleher today, they're pretty decent. But I thought every time, if you can have that fully fit squad there, that is what's going to push them to the end. And today we saw that.
I liked Nunes' performance, man. His defensive contributions, the passes he was doing forward. He was a nuisance in every shape of the word. It was like, I feel like with Liverpool, with where Liverpool are, you've got a manager that's come in and sort of adapted the way you play slightly. You can still go back to the old style of how you played. You still have all of the tools. I think they're in a position where they did well with their game plan. Cole Palmer didn't really get into the game, but they kept their heads in moments as well. I mean, an experienced side, if it wasn't offside from Mo Salah, that's 2-0. That's probably game done at that point. They protected their goalkeeper well as well. The only time that you could probably say he could have done better potentially is for the goal.
Yeah.
But again, it's a great finish, good pass in. Konate can probably be better position-wise, but Konate did some amazing blocks as well. Again, Curtis Jones, he's want to defend when he came back. First block and then the second thing for the Cole Palmer thing.
I think everyone was saying like they haven't come up against any real tests or anything like that. And I feel like this was the first one of, okay, people might not say Chelsea or what Chelsea used to be a decade ago or whatever, but they're still a good side this season and they've shown, some promise. So the fact that they've come in, and I thought Chelsea actually, credit to them, put up a decent game as well, bro. Like it was a fairly even. Chelsea could have had 1 or 2 moments where they scored an equaliser or whatever, but they didn't take the chance. And then I thought Liverpool done the job that they needed to do today.
Yeah, man.
Go on.
No, I was gonna say Chelsea side, but you.
The thing is, when Liverpool defensively, that's just the most important thing for them. It's
goals
just defensive.
conceded.
Like Salah's gonna do what he does. You know what I mean? McAllister didn't play. He came off the bench today, but Liverpool will score the goals when they need to. That's the one thing about Liverpool, is that they're being very efficient at the moment. Whether they're playing well or not, Liverpool, if they get some chances, they're gonna take them. That's what they're showing this season. You know what I mean? Even go back to the Man United game. Casemiro made them mistakes, but you got to bury quick. Boom, you're out of the game. You know what I mean? And that's what Liverpool are doing at the moment. I think when you look at the actual 11, I think everyone pretty much played well. I don't think Szoboszlai really played well.
Nah.
I think Curtis Jones can be looking at that role as potentially like, let me get in there. Do you get where I'm coming from? Obviously, McAllister's still there as well, but Gravenberch is now locking. He's showing that he's going to be an important player this season. I still think McAllister should be playing because I think he's 100%.
top. I think it was just the international break.
Yeah, the international break. So then you're looking at the other one, and it can be a Curtis Jones. Why not? So I've always thought Curtis Jones is a talented player, so why not? But when you're looking at Salah, what he does now, he's mastered the final third.
Yeah.
That's what it is with Salah. Like there's no position in the final third that he doesn't know how to maneuver it in anymore. And that's when you get to world-class status, bro.
Yeah.
That's when you're experienced, bro. Some people are going to get that really early in their career, but he's at that mature age of his career where not much really surprises him anymore. He's not going to be in positions where, what do I do? Nah, it's just, it's flow, it's easy. That's what it is. He's in that kind of... Yeah, is it? Like, I remember, I think it was Rio was speaking about it one time, and he said there's like a 3-4 year period of your career, even though you've been a wonder kid or whatever, but there's a 3-4 year period in your career where everything just feels like, yeah, I've got this.
Flow state.
Flow state. Yeah, I've got this. And then that's kind of, as soon as it gets to that final third area, that's Salah now. You know what I mean? So you know he's going to give you them moments. You know what I mean? Great assist for Curtis Jones. But I do think on Chelsea's side, I thought Caicedo played well. I actually thought Lavia played well as well. But
you're underselling it.
I'm looking at, we'll get into Chelsea, but I don't think it was Liverpool's best performance. I don't think, as much as we can say we're proud of Chelsea or whatever, but I still don't think Chelsea did that much. I'll be honest, I don't think you guys did. No.
Because I thought it was a back and forth game where no team really took control of it. So therefore, when you can leave those kind of games in the balance, I feel like those are the types of games where you can get sucker punched.
But when you say this though, like, you look at it, all right, Chelsea were keeping the ball in certain situations. That's just what they're going to do with Maresca now.
Yeah.
It felt very much like you guys have the ball, we have the ball. But what attacker really played well for Chelsea?
the
Palmer
issue,
didn't. Nico got his
Palmer
moment,
was
and
very quiet
he
today,
turns. He's really good at turning. Sancho was non-existent. Noni in the beginning, first 20, I thought got down against Robertson.
There were spells in
And
the game
then
he
I
went
thought
against
keep feeding him.
Yeah.
And it's like Chelsea just don't want to keep feeding him. They didn't do it. But overall, I think offensively, don't think it was that much. How many times did the fullbacks, Reece James or Gusto, get beyond and get crosses in? And not really.
That was one thing
much.
we were saying even on the watch long. It almost felt like Reece James was playing with the handbrake on a little bit. Obviously, first game back in however long, he was probably only going to see 60 minutes and he got subbed off, I think, 55. But you felt down that right-hand side. As you said, it was just Madueke by himself on the whole flank. And I think after 2 or 3 runs, he's obviously going to get tired. But that's where I do agree. I do think the fullbacks today were a little bit held back. But then you're thinking they're playing at Anfield. You're not going to go all guns blazing at Liverpool and then get hit up on the other end. And I think that was the interesting thing, was there was a few times on the counter where Chelsea almost caught Liverpool out. And you guys didn't take the opportunities. And I just thought that was a little bit of quality lacking on the day. Palmer, that wasn't really there today. Sancho, as you said, he had a few kind of moments where he did a little 1-2 with Gusto, I think it was on the left. Looked decent, but nothing else really after that. But Jackson, I thought, was trying.
Jackson's Jackson, man.
I think to your point, though, Cam, I think with Chelsea's performance, again, as much as people are saying it's Liverpool's big test, I think everyone was interested in seeing how Chelsea played in this for a few reasons. One, the run that Chelsea have got coming up is mad. You got Arsenal, you got Newcastle, you got all these teams that are either above you or in and around the positions you want to be in. But 2, we've seen the 5-game winning stretch. We've seen, players develop or sort of showcase themselves within this style of play that Maresca wants to play. I think to the point, there was a potency that was missing today, or like a directness. The goal that was scored, great goal. Little pass in, Caicedo, cute pass, your throw and goal. There was only a few moments where you directly threw on goal. And again, the reason why
Neto caused one of them moments.
He did, with the step over and then laid it off.
I
think the issue is, though, the reason why I have to give credit to Liverpool is because even if we feel like Liverpool are not the races, it was a very experienced performance. Number 1, Reece James isn't fit. We've got to make sure he keeps running back to goal. Number 2, we know that our centre-half partnership is solid. We're going to make sure it's robust and then play passes out of it. They knew how to tame a group of talented youngsters who are building. So Chelsea didn't really have any moments where they could really build on confidence. We got the goal back, conceded. They did well to manage the game. Even, we said it in the watch-along, Maresca's substitution, he knew what he wanted to do. What did Liverpool do?
He almost did them like 2 minutes too late.
The change.
He knew.
Yeah, the change, because it was like you could see he wanted to get Reece off
James,
or whatever, and then they conceded the goal
straight away.
That's when the change came.
James slept for that goal.
100%.
The match fitness isn't there. We're not just talking about physical fitness. When you've not played football for so long, there's just a certain level of knowing where to be, how to be, and everything.
He's
that was missing.
Leggy, tired at that point as well.
And you can't fall that too much. Maybe you can say, was it a risk by Maresca? Yeah, it was a risk, but. I mean, fair play for taking risks. Lavia's performance, for someone that hasn't played, I thought, oh my gosh.
Just needs to get fit.
Now, listen, it is as clear as day. There is no reason when we have fully fit players, Lavia and Caicedo should not be a midfield pairing.
Bro, I said Chelsea's midfield pairing should have been Lavia, Gallagher, and Caicedo.
They
and
laughed.
I got cooked for it, boy. Now look, bruv.
One thing we saw today is Gravenberch's been heralded as the best midfielder in the league of this season so far. Rightly so, of the performances he's given, right?
Yeah.
Today, you would say that Caicedo's performance was on par with what he was doing. You say the same.
We
thing
said
for
that
Lavia.
before the game, that Caicedo, Gravenberch was the what we should have had versus what we got right now. And it was like, Gravenberch had his nice, cute turns or whatever, but I thought Caicedo today really put his fingerprints on
play,
that.
Progressive with the play.
No, he was literally at times like just carrying the pivot. As much as Lavia did his thing as well, but Lavia, again, first game back, he's going to wane a little bit.
Yeah.
Caicedo was holding it down, in my opinion, and it was a good battle. Sometimes I was looking at him, I'm thinking he's competing against the whole midfield,
by himself.
Yep. So I was impressed with his performance, and in fact, I've been impressed with him this season. Do you know what I mean? He's looking more like the Brighton Caicedo that we knew. Maybe not there yet, but that's because everyone was just loving Brighton at that moment.
Also, I think Brighton, the football they played at the time,
it was
and
nice.
he was on the end of
that's what I mean.
And I think if Chelsea do get to that kind of form,
Caicedo is something that can be the mainstay in your team.
And also, there's certain actions by Caicedo that are not going to look cute on the eye, but you have to accept that. Like Gravenberch,
Doyle kept saying that.
There's a certain sort of like oof about Gravenberch, like the turns.
Oh,
and everything.
for sure.
Like
Je ne sais quoi.
Casado's not that. It's a bit rough and ready.
Clobbering time.
But but it's like the assist, great pass. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with Chelsea, what they have to do now is a loss is a loss. You get up, you keep moving. Got Panathinaikos during the week, which is going to be a tricky game because obviously, without making it a thing, that'll be their first home game since George Baldock passed away. So you can imagine the atmosphere you're going into for those.
Who's that against? That's for you guys.
Yeah,
They got Panathinaikos, who obviously in the George Baldock situation, they're going to be playing with fire.
Then you've
That's
got
going to be their first home
Newcastle,
game there
two
as
games
well.
back to back.
Newcastle back to back. You've got United away.
Then Arsenal, I think.
Then you've got Arsenal at home.
Yeah.
And then Leicester away.
So it's
and then after that Leicester game is Villa.
So it's a tough run.
Damn.
And
Tough one.
it's about one, can you get the players that you want to be playing fit again? Two, the suspensions. I think Cucurella was a miss today in terms of that inverted role. But I don't think it's about anything to panic about. I think Chelsea just saw the levels of where they need to be, and it's like how quickly can he adapt to get there.
Where was Felix?
He was on the bench. Wasn't brought on.
Didn't come on.
Wow.
And Cuckoo came on instead.
Yeah, but
And Cuckoo came on left wing, and it's like
Didn't look natural.
Chelsea listen, you see Chelsea, you know they're a ruthless team, right? A lot of them man are getting chopped next season. Watch. A lot of them won't be.
Modric is gone.
I won't be surprised if they cash in on it, try to get Enzo up out of here.
Today I felt like was the trial of almost what's life like without Enzo, because I feel
Life's
like
good without Enzo.
They tried the last year.
I don't think it's a trial. I think ultimately
life is rosy without Enzo.
Fuad,
What are you talking about?
Fuad.
Life is good. It's perfect.
Let's paint the picture before we move to the next thing.
Yeah.
This person is your vice captain. He's been the captain for the whole season, right? Your captain comes back, is not match fit. He gets the armband. Cool. You then start a big game with someone who you coached at youth level, who's not barely played, with this other guy's midfield partner. This guy then comes into the pitch and still doesn't get the captain's armband.
Removed everything Enzo basically stands for.
Listen, man.
Fairs.
Without calling a spade, I can see what's going on here.
Cam, boy, they laughed at you years ago. You called this what? Because I remember, was it the first 2 weeks when he signed? I tried to gas up, the little Chavi scans. I was like, yo, let me see what this little Argentinian user. I like me an Argentinian player. Let me see what this is about. This
guy went from the Chavi stand.
Salt smell funky over here. I was like, fairs, let's see.
But you know what it is though, with Chelsea, with Liverpool, as you said, so what are we saying? Liverpool title race?
Liverpool
not even title race. Liverpool
in contention.
Will Liverpool be there in May?
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying will they be there in March. Will Liverpool be there in May, boys?
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say it's still too early to call for me. Because I think this is the first test, if you like.
I can't wait for the Arsenal one at the Emirates.
Yes.
That's. I'm not even saying it for Liverpool's sake. I'm saying it for both teams' sake.
Yes.
That Emirates game is big.
100%. And for me, the thing is I'm still looking at City doing what they're doing and still pulling it out last minute. And I'm like, I'm still finding it hard to dislodge you. So
no, but he's not saying.
Are they going to be in there, in and around there?
He's going to be in it. Will Liverpool going to be with a sniff of winning the league in May?
I think so. I would say so.
Yeah?
I would say so for sure. I think, yeah. They've got quality everywhere, and I think they've got a good coach who's showing that he can be tactically adaptable as well. I've been impressed with Liverpool early on.
Let's have it right, though, yeah?
Let's have it right.
Let's have it right. We're in a situation here where Diogo Jota gets subbed off, right? They bring on Darwin Núñez, who last year was getting assists. He's shown he can score goals. You've got a situation where you've got Gakpo and Diaz. You can't play them both at the same time, so they're both getting a share of minutes. You've got a situation where Jones has just come out of the wilderness and shown that he can play in a position. Gravenberch is looking at the best midfielder in the country. McAllister came off the bench. You've got a centre-back partnership, which you could arguably say is the best in the league. You've got a goalkeeper who played more times than your number one goalkeeper last year and showed you that he could deliver. They've got everything they need to have. Joe Gomez is like
But it's the same team as last season.
But last season, all that happened was the injury.
The same team.
Yeah, the injury.
Everything. It's the same team.
Just Chiesa.
Just Chiesa. Where is that, Donny?
He's injured.
He's injured. Obviously, it's a new manager, but I'm just saying it's the same team.
It's the same team that's been in amongst it.
But what we were saying last year, what people were saying is that maybe
it was
32. Maybe it was the depth or it was the sustainable.
Two things. But
whatever.
Stay there. Stay there. Exactly. Last season, it was the way they're playing. It's not sustainable. The injuries, it's what's going to happen there. And as the injuries came in, oh my gosh, you can't rely on the youth. We're not seeing any injury issues right now. the style of play, they've shown they've got two different ways of playing, the old one and the new one they've learned. So therefore, if you take what their base is and say that, okay, they stay at this, they should be in and amongst it. They
Will
only,
they?
last year,
You think they will?
I said that.
Okay, good.
Last year, why they fell away is because of the injuries. They were in amongst it. We were like, oh my gosh, this is unstoppable. Are they going to do it? It was those injuries.
And also, I don't think they're going to let this January go by without strengthening as well. I think having had a quiet summer, having known that they're going to need to strengthen and obviously back this new manager because he hasn't really had anything but a 12 million signing, I think they'd be foolish to be in a strong position come January or in and around there and not add to that as well. And listen, previously we've seen teams add in January and it's boosted their second half of the season. I remember when Arsenal added Jorginho, Trossard, we saw how that massively helped second half of the season. I remember with us when Kulu came in, when Diaz came in a few years ago to Liverpool. So January, another crucial moment in my opinion.
I think with Chelsea as well, I think the thing is, I don't even think it's a big deal. Like, obviously you can't go and start losing all them Newcastle games. Obviously you lost to City, you picked up some form and everyone's excited and stuff, but obviously, and then you lose to this game. So you guys can say in those two bigger games you've lost. Yeah. But for me, when I look at Chelsea, I'm just like, you just know Chelsea right now. You're going to be a little fun, exciting little team. But in terms of people looking and thinking, can we maybe make some noise in amongst the top three? No. You know what I mean? Aston Villa, it'll be Aston Villa saying that.
The realistic thing is,
you're just a fun team.
The realistic thing is,
they're in the little horse. They're in their little horse period.
No. The thing Chelsea is, for Chelsea is...
Give me a sec. Little horse. Match day 35, Chelsea were 2 points within the title, bro. Match day 35.
What, Jose's first year?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were 2 points within the title. Match day 35.
Yeah.
This Chelsea's not a little horse.
That was a grown horse, bro. What was he talking about?
Where Chelsea are is, there is an opportunity to definitely get top four this season. That is where Chelsea are. Chelsea in a place where you're looking at the situation goes, those top three positions are banked in. Can you be the best of the rest? Can you look at Spurs, Newcastle, Villa and say, on law of averages, we can pip them to it? Because everyone's going to have these little weird things that always happen for fourth place. Can we be the first team over the line? And I feel like we can based on what we've seen. The issue is the defensive mistakes and the goalkeeper situation. Because once again, Sanchez has cost Chelsea.
Yeah.
Did you think that was a penalty?
Nah. Which one?
The Robert Sanchez and Curtis Jones coming together where...
I don't think that was a pen.
Same. That's what I said.
No,
he thought it was.
You thought it was a pen?
Because of the nutmeg.
I was like, he got a touch on the ball just before that.
It got forced through his leg though.
No, but it's
not like he got nuts and took him. Like,
no, but the thing is, if he
clashed it into the nutmeg.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, the way I was thinking about it in my head is, from my understanding, like, I could be wrong. If a goalkeeper went for the ball and claimed the ball and the player then flips, it's like, okay, it's in the goalkeeper's possessions. The second it kind of goes through you, it's not in your possession. So even if you go for the ball, then it's technically a foul.
But I don't feel like it was I don't think it was one of them situations where it was like the follow through is mad. Yeah. You know, there's some where it's like...
Because some they stick the arm out and they trip over, they stick the leg out.
Yeah, like if a guy was coming and then he headers the ball and the keeper bangs him in his face or something.
No, I get you.
Then I kind of... The follow through is crazy, but then that one... The follow through wasn't crazy enough. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get you, but it's the lack of control. Because
like, as soon as his ankle, you know, there wasn't studs,
and that's what
I remember you stud on the ball,
and I remember you saying like the lack of control, and I was like, bro, he's just come out to almost sweep it. It's not like he's sprawled himself.
No, I get you, but
Schmeichel thing. But
again,
I thought if they gave it, that would have been a harsh penalty. Because after seeing the touch as well, I was like, that's the whole reason why you have VAR, is so you can see these small little details. And I was like, that was actually one I thought they got right. Yeah. In the end, Curtis Jones comes up trumps anyway and still gets the winner.
He should have scored.
Yeah. And that's what I said as well. I was like, why was he taking solo? It was like, you know when the pad disconnects?
Yeah, literally.
And just started to the goal.
Oh, man. But... let me read out these super chats quickly, because obviously there's been a lot of Cole Palmer discourse. Ethan De Villa says, Cole Palmer immune's getting hooked. Maresca, are you scared? Why is Enzo gasping for air 75 minutes? LOL, he was a sub for Lavia.
He just came on.
Reece James, oh my. Reece James discourse, like, listen, it's his first game back, so I wouldn't think they can get too much stick. Enzo, again, an interesting one. I don't know where they played in South America this year, for this international break. The Cole Palmer thing, again, like, I think people just have this attachment to when someone's there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's like, okay, cool.
They was waiting for this game, bro. They was waiting for this.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He could have played better, though. What I didn't like today about Cole Palmer is that one thing I do like about him is that he gets involved in play. Yeah, he understands where he's most dangerous. But it's like today he was just wanted to be fully on the end product. Do you get where I'm coming from? If the ball goes wide, he just wanted to sniff out and get the ball to me in the box and I'm going to shoot. Or he didn't really contribute to anything for Chelsea today. And that was
build up.
That was what I wasn't.
Marshaled him well, man.
Like, but then if you marshal him, you're a 10. You're a 10. 10s should be able to have a little bit of the freedom to move.
But it's
the one
I
time,
thought in the first half he was trying to get in those kind of half spaces.
No, but he should be popping up on the right. He should be popping up on the left. For example, there was a moment he went down to the right. Finally, you have the opportunity to, because when you're playing off the right and you're coming in, you know you're gonna get the ball in a certain area. If I'm a winger, I know I'm getting it within this yard line scope, or whatever, this certain scope. 10. You can get lost sometimes depending on the player you are. So he went to the right one time, got the ball, did a little Cruyff turn, drove a little, and I think maybe he won a free kick. No, he passed it across, and let's just say it went to Vega or whoever. I was like, okay, he's moved, he's got the ball, he's done something. But for the rest of it, he was just kind of like hiding between the lines of Gravenberch and that, and just kind of like seeing what's going on. Oh, the ball's got. Oh, let me quickly try and get on the end of it. And I was like, nah, that wasn't me. I didn't rate that stuff.
For me,
turn into poacher mode.
Don't do that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Do not turn into just you know what I mean.
For me,
don't be a GA guy.
Yeah, ugly performance and try and don't do that.
What I saw a lot of today was
you got Bruno flashbacks.
I'm correct. Was like it got to a point where
Exactly.
he was having to chase down Kelleher because he clocked, okay, Kelleher doesn't want to really kick it out. So there's a few times where he tried to force that. There's a few times where he tried to drop deep. I did think that it was quite interesting in the first half where it was like, especially on the right hand side, you know that you've got Noni trying to beat the man and you've got the Reece James delivery that's an option. I think that might have confused a few of them because there's a few times it's like, wait, should I pick up? No, let me let Reece James cross it to who? We don't score headers. So I think again, like I can't look at his performance and go like, but again,
no, it's not something that you have to be concerned going forward. But
exactly.
It was just
something to know.
Poor performance.
Andy says Liverpool last season dropped points in 14 games. I don't see them doing that this year. 14 games. Remember last year it was like concede first. FC doing what City are doing.
Yeah, but how many games did Arsenal drop points? How many games did City drop points? If the guy knows anyway. I don't know.
Let us know if you know that, Andy. But speaking of City, there's no way we can't speak about City. Before we do that, listen, there's like nearly 3,000 of you in here. It's only 300 likes. Make sure you smash that up. That's
300 likes and 3,000
and Cam's birthday weekend as well. Send happy birthday Superchats. Send happy birthday likes.
Let's get the likes up. Let's help with the algorithm, man.
Come on.
Are Manchester City taking a piss?
That just depends how you mean.
You have one of the best coached teams in world football of this set style of play, and we've been reduced to defenders scoring wonder goals and clutch goals, and like I'm getting to the point where I'm confused by it because why are they conceding so much? I saw a tweet, I think it's from Amos, I'm not too sure, it was a City fan who was saying that at some point Pep has to realise that Rodri's gone. You have to let it go. You can't then start making two people do one job, like and having Foden on the bench and then trying to get your attackers to come on to save the day. You've got to find something else to do. It just seems really weird. I always feel like now watching City, if you've got one midfielder, one player that's a transitional threat, you're gonna eat. You're gonna eat.
I agree.
All you need one.
But I think that's the thing, though. You can't just replace or forget about a player like Rodri. I feel like, especially with the way kind of the past 2 years, how key of a cog he has. He's been doing three men's job at once at times, and now you've got Kovacic, who, let's be honest, that's not his natural position. He can do a job, but it's not the same. And this habit of conceding early is the one that's baffling me a little bit, because I think it's now the 5th game, and I think they've got 15 points from losing positions this season so far. So I'm like,
that's what people say unsustainable.
And that's what Liverpool was last year.
But it might look like great character, great energy to kind of come back every time. But I don't know how many times you can keep doing that. Yeah, and they do the typical thing where they dominate a game, they dominate position, they kind of create a lot of half chances, but I felt like today just Haaland was just not there.
I want to talk about that, but go through it. Go
for me, I just felt like there's games, where I've said I feel like I want to see Haaland impose himself, and I feel like this was one of those games almost where you feel the absence of KDB, where Haaland will kind of make these runs, people won't see him, and it will just become the recycle move session around, and I'm like, okay, Haaland, you're not going to get the ball. Can we at least see some pressing, some close? And the thing is, that might be asking a lot of the forward. But I feel like you kind of almost have to adapt your game when you know your best mate KDB is not there to give you the passes. And who was it? I think it was Kovacic, the midfield, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva were the three in midfield. And I'm like, I don't know, you're not going to get the service today. But go on, you're going to say basically it should be more on the team. Yeah,
bro, I'm literally so opposite. I'm in the complete opposite, bro. Like, I saw the stat. Man City completed 218 successful final third passes in the first half.
And how many fun?
Haaland had 5 touches.
So none of the passes are fun.
They're not passing the ball. They're not, like, literally City, the way they build up, it's very pedestrian. It's very side to side. It's boom, boom, side to side. It's get to the winger, pass to the fullback. He tries a little chip cross. It's pass to Kovacic. He's looking, should I shoot, should I dribble? I don't know. I'm going to pass it to Rico Lewis, I'm going to pass it. Next thing you know, it's on Diaz's feet. He's thinking, should I take a long shot? Nah, I'm not going to shoot. Passes it to John Stones. Back to Gvardiol.
He might score.
Here's the thing, though.
Right, like Erling Haaland, right? We also got to think about how he's being deployed. Is Erling Haaland going to be told by Pep Guardiola, by the way, drop in and get in and amongst it? No, City make teams defending their own box. They have everyone up. Diaz is often getting the ball in positions where he can literally shoot. What do people want Erling Haaland to do in that situation? He's making moves, he's trying to do something, but after a while, you're just going to be standing in the box, waiting. And in the end, the smart pass isn't you, Erling Haaland. It is going to be a long shot. City have scored 7 long shots outside the box goals this season already. 7. It just shows they pinning teams back, and their last option now, just crash the ball, rush it. And that's what it is. I honestly don't think it's on Erling Haaland. Like, every time I'm watching it, I'm like, it's like people, he's going to be deployed that way because that's what he is. And also, it's like people want him to turn into Thierry Henry and drift to the left, get the ball and whip it.
There is a part.
So what you're saying, Cam, though, it feels almost like, you know, we speak about fair factor in football a lot, where it's like someone like Erling Haaland, if you're coming up against him during the week, you're thinking, this guy might score any time. It's almost like City have thought, because people are so scared of him, let him stay in the box, and people think if it goes there, we might have to do something. And then, as you say, how many times are you watching, you're thinking, like, see, I'm just going to keep passing the ball on the edge of the box, and then they end up scoring from corners. That's what it feels like. It feels like they're not out of ideas, but it feels like they just don't know what to do anymore.
It's every attack City do now.
It's the same thing.
It's identical. It's the same.
It's a formula.
And it's a formula. Remember, they started this game with Doku and Savinho. Wasn't seeing the cookings. Then they went to Grealish and Foden. Still wasn't seeing it. So something's happening.
No, but that's where I get annoyed with Haaland, in my opinion. Because when I look at the City team, I'm like, okay, you've got Rodri out, big key cog. You've got KDB out, big key cog. When you look at that team around it, you look at Haaland as one of the guys who could really make the difference, really grab this games and this team by the scruff of the neck. And I feel like, as you said, bro, there comes a moment in the game when 50, 60 minutes has gone by and he hasn't got the passes he wants. He just almost goes into this like, all right, I guess I'm not getting the ball today.
Yeah, he does.
And he just,
And
that's where I'm like, bro, where is I know you hate Bruno for it. Screaming at your teammates, I've made the run, play the damn ball, grab Doku by the scruff of the neck, show me some character, show me some kind of, you're the best player in this team. You're meant to be one of the best players in the world. I'm sorry, I cannot look at Santiago Bueno, Craig Dawson, and Totti look comfortable when you are Erling Haaland, bro. So for me, it's like, let the midfield do what they do. But if they're not doing, I need to see that emotion from you. And too often, I think it's just I guess it's one of those games. My friend Kevin's not here. And that's where I get a little bit frustrated with Haaland.
I fully understand that. But my thing is, right, is that, like, okay, for example, if what you're saying is, all right, you want him to get more involved in that way. And this is what I always say. But the thing is, now you're trying to, we're doing a lot of, like, for example, imagination, which I'm going to expand on for Haaland, and we're doing imagination for Pep Guardiola, because Pep always wants to control the ball. He always wants to control the game. Pep actually says the best way of defending is by keeping the ball. So he always wants to keep it. But how many times have I said to you guys, I would sometimes like to see City just say, do you know what? All right, Wolves, you not have the ball, but you're going to have the ball. We're going to drop into a little shape. We're going to drop into this shape. And when we hit it, we're going to hit you. Because then that's also Erling Haaland's biggest strength. So, for example, if we're saying it's Thierry Henry, I know, Thierry Henry, your strength is dribbling, pass. You're going to drift to the left, obviously. So what's Erling Haaland's other kind of big threat other than being in the box and scoring goals. It's transition running. He doesn't get opportunities to do that. Erling Haaland has a catalogue in this league of transition bullying whoever's near him.
Yeah.
There's probably a 5-minute video you'll find of him shrugging people off. Boom, goes and scores. And just doesn't end up getting opportunities like that.
Yeah.
It's actually so slow and goes
That
to
is
one
that
and then
part is part and
Kovacic.
parcel of how they play.
But
It's mad,
do you know what
bro.
the issue I have here is, and again, I've not had time to actually think, but when I think of Manchester City here, Manchester City play to a system. They play to an identity that Guardiola wants. When KDB comes back into the team and think, it's almost like he's the person that has creative license to break
chief.
out the metrics. We started seeing
Yes,
Foden
the
get
elite quality.
Yeah, Foden started getting a little.
Travel Chief. You all know who he is, man.
Foden started to get a little bit of that sort of responsibility. But the issue is, if you're playing like foosball where it's kind of like tick, 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 nothing out of the ordinary is ever going to happen. So your striker's never going to get any sort of service because it's always going like that. And it's like, at what point does the system start of allow for malfunctions or people to do something that's a bit different? Because Gvardiol scoring screamers is not a sustainable thing. And don't get me wrong, City are quality, so they're always going to do what they need to do. But if we're looking at this season as like as a sample pool, it's very peculiar that one, you're conceding goals, and two, it looks a bit pedestrian at times to break things down.
I think
the
they're
ease.
figuring it out.
Yeah, City do this.
They're figuring it
in terms
out,
of-
man.
Yeah.
But it's
But you've got the best players in
Yeah, it's the only it's like, but you know how you said you can't replace Rodri.
Rodri,
Yeah. I
impossible.
agree, you can't replace Rodri,
Yeah.
right? But what you look at when you look at Man City, right? You look at Man City, they have so much technical quality, yeah.
Yes.
So much technical quality. So for me, and he's not even not a technical player, but for me, I will just try and find who is the closest to matching Rodri's physicality.
Yeah.
Because we're getting run through midfield. Guys are going. Adam Traore should have had a hat-trick the other day.
Yeah.
Semedo, bloody hell, what were you doing in that one-on-one?
Yeah.
It could have been 2-0. So I would put in Nunes. And I know that might sound crazy, but Kovacic was in Nunes' position in a simple ball. He was getting more games last season. I would try and put in Nunes. There was one moment where Wolves broke and Nunes chased the guy down, slide tackle, got
Quick,
the ball.
by the way, Nunes,
he's
yeah.
quick, he's strong. I would just try and replace Rodri's physicality. He's not
comments
gonna
agree
offer
with you,
what
by
he
the
can
way.
do technically, but everyone else is technical. Everyone else is technical. You're gonna keep the ball. You're Manchester City.
Yeah.
Diaz, maybe not Diaz. Stones, Rico Lewis, Vardy. All of these guys are like technical. You got Fodens and stuff. I would do that, and I would get Phil Foden definitely back in the
that
team
midfield,
because you need a goal scoring threat. I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking, why can't you give Nunes 5 games? Because Kofar and Gundogan, mate, I'm sorry, like, you guys are great technical players, but you're both 30 odd.
Shadows.
You're shadows in
Defensively,
midfield.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Do
I don't know.
you know what I said it in the watch along? The Rodri thing, injury and absence. What it highlights for me, if anything, is the role of the single pivot midfielder, similar to the number 10 at one point, will become removed from football very soon. Because if you think at the top level, I don't even think it's right to expect players to play at that frequency and do that much without falling their legs off. Doyle raised it. Fabinho held it down. Legs gone. Kante, legs gone. Like, it's very difficult to find one, a player that can do it at the top level, and two, someone that's going to be physically available all the time. That's a lot. So you're going to have to start divvying out responsibilities. Like you said, one guy doing 3 people's jobs at the elite level.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I think that role is starting to fade away still. I think the minerals are lost, man. It's mad. But listen, big up City. They were top of the table.
Oh no, where are they now?
No, they're second, 1 point off Liverpool.
1 point off. So
Liverpool.
they're just still trucking anyway.
Still going along.
And this is their figuring it out mode, remember.
Yeah,
They still ain't fully locked in.
You know what happens when
When is
December comes?
KDB back? City fans, if there are anyone City fans in the comments.
Similarly, though, I think with Liverpool, I think they will be another one that taps into January as well. I'm looking at Zubimendi.
He's linked to them, you know.
I think
He's linked to them.
Zubimendi comes in like for Rodri. Show us what you can do. Rodri's also 29-30. They know they haven't got that. And you know, once you have them type of injuries, you might not come back the same.
Aye,
Zubimendi
I mean-
gives us that buffer zone.
Yeah, Zubimendi in the final, he was better than Rodri. Let me tell you that.
Hey, uncomfortable.
He was better than Rodri in the final.
He came on, didn't he?
Yeah, bro. He came
I remember,
on. He won. He bossed it.
Someone saying that KDB's already in training. He'll be back in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
That's key for them. That's key for them.
Boogeyman.
Trust me.
The
You know how the rest of the league shakes.
Boogeyman with the cliff.
Yeah, what?
Man said
Stand up straight.
£2 back.
Yeah, boy.
£2 back.
Omar coming.
That's so funny, bro.
KDB
Oh
coming.
man.
Hey.
We've got a super chat from Ethan de Villas that says this tapas Pulis football from Arteta stinks, which brings us nicely.
There's still some other super chats though.
Yeah. Let's go. Ijovi says first, happy birthday, Cam. Second, Chelsea is going to be a problem. Defo top 4 this season. I want to save this super. Actually, we can do the super chat now because it's a nice segue into Arsenal from ZFB. Gents, what we're saying about the tossing yellow card versus Saliba red card. How does the PGMO explain the difference? How do you guys see it? Explain it.
Can I say my point? Because I can't lie. When I was driving here, I was actually thinking about it and I was looking at it and I was like, this is actually a tough one here. This is a tough one. I do think Saliba is a red card, first and foremost. This one, I could see why it can be a red card. I'm not going to lie. But let me just say what I think the difference is. Not justifying it. Whatever way you guys see it, you see it. Jota was actually coming from behind tossing. And by the time he had even got in contact, they were like just side by side. Evangelisson, he was already ahead.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from? And so when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, them two are kind of like one's coming from behind, one's coming shoulder to shoulder, and then you look at the positioning of Colwill. Colwill was also there as well, like not too far off. So I'm thinking, okay, they're thinking where Jota ran from and how close is the nearest defender.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why they didn't send him off.
Do you know what, though?
I think the Bournemouth one, I mean, the guy's past you. You're going to be left for dead, Saliba. That's why I think it's a definite red. I think there's confusion
But you
here.
also had Ben White there, kind of centrally not too far from it, who also maybe could have made the recovery as well. I think Saliba, had he actually not made the foul, I think he actually could have made a recovery as well. But
Facts.
Tosin one, I think for consistency purposes, I think that should have been a red, in my opinion. And I was saying it during the watch along because for me, it's like you're splitting hairs into what it is. And the minute these rules become hair splitting, it becomes a mess. So for me, that was 2 carbon copy situations where you're stopping a clear and goal scoring opportunity, which from the halfway line, I don't know how you can ever call that. But if that's the case, and then you think he's going to be through on goal, but for me, there was one centre-back there. You're going to discount those. That should be a red. I think Tosin should have been a red today, and I think that should have been a red today.
I don't think.
Because if that's not a red yesterday, we're not even having this discussion right now. If that was a yellow yesterday, today we're all talking, oh yeah, fine, that's fine. But because you gave that as a red, I feel like you've now set a precedent.
I don't think the Tosin one's a red. The Tosin one's red.
You've set a
Directly
precedent.
similar.
And
I don't know if
but
it's
this
directly
is the
similar.
consistency issue they always talk about with these referees. And I think this is a prime example of it.
But the thing is, you don't want to remove the grey area out of football.
You can't.
That's the thing.
Because
Because
football is
the way you're
subjective.
saying it is black and white.
Yeah,
You send that
football's
man off for
subjective.
that reason, send that guy off for that reason. But then there is, if that's removing the grey, because you know what we always say, one of the most annoying terms is, well, that's the letter of the law, mate.
Yeah.
Letter of the law is jarring. You know what I mean? That's the letter of
But
the law.
I don't think it's
And
the
you know
same
what?
situation.
So
either.
I
That's what I
don't
keep-
no, but
and
you
I
know
don't
what?
even know
The
if
situation's
it's
not
the
the
letter
same.
of the law.
What we come back to, that point I said last week about referees having to explain their decisions out loud. Now, if we heard what my man in the Saliba decision had to say, we would be exactly understand why and how he sent it off, whether he discounts the centre back or not. But because we don't know that now, it's up in the air.
Yeah.
Now this referee sends him off. We don't know the exact reason why he's taken into account or given that. But give us that clarity. These situations would be so much clearer. Just a little bit of communication.
I don't think they're the same situation. In all honesty, what you said about
Because Cole was right there.
one call was right there, but
Ben
two,
White
as
was
you
right
said,
there. No, but Ben White was
as you
not
said-
right there.
Ben White
bro.
was
No,
right there.
Ben
Even
White
with-
was not
Why
right
do I
there,
sound? Why
bro.
am I defending Arsenal?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the hell's
yeah.
going on?
wait,
Okay,
can
you
you
know,
tell
mate.
can you tell me where the ball was with the Saliba one, please?
Let me have a
Where
look
was
back.
where was the ball?
Just-
Evan
Trossard
Nelson
made that
definitely
pass.
had the ball.
Where was the
and
ball?
He pulled him back. I
So he
get
had the
that
ball.
part.
So the other one is in transition when they're both running and the hand's there. It's you
Tosin
can't
ain't
give
got
a
the
red for
ball.
that one.
Tosin ain't got the ball.
But it's in transition.
That's Jota's ball.
It's in transition and literally
It was
Jota then
looking like
turns
it was
around.
going to be Jota's ball, though.
No, but he then turns in transition. It,
Yeah.
it looks like it could be like a clumsy fall, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool.
You reckon Tosin got the pace to make that back?
But you can't put pace in so that
I don't know if
you actually
know,
can't judge on that.
I actually don't even know.
You
Cole
can't judge
definitely
on that.
doesn't. Cole weren't going to get that.
But you
he
can't.
ain't got the
So
pace.
you
Jota
can't-
goes through on goal.
But that's when
You
it's
know,
then.
Bournemouth is that small little pitch as well. You know what I mean?
But that's why you
one long
can't
ball and
you
you're
can't
on
judge
goal.
on that because you got to judge
Nah,
it in the
I'm
thing.
playing,
Because
I'm playing.
imagine now, because that way then Saliba should never be a red card because Saliba's always gonna make it back because he's got the pace.
He wasn't going to make it back anyway, bro. A professional, bro. You can't give a professional footballer that many yards in a small space like that. And not think that it's
But
an opportunity.
we're being around
professional.
we're being around the bush, especially with Arsenal. In that situation there, big up production, Jack, that said you have to. He's an Arsenal fan. He said, listen, you have to look at the situation. At that point in the game, Trossard, why have you made that pass? Number one. Number two,
He is the
you
one
have a
I actually
situation
blame
where
for
you
that.
have a good goalkeeper. You have, good recovery speed, if not in anything. Why is the red card option the one you went to?
Who for the ref?
Saliba. Why have you?
Nah, panic moments. It's panic moments.
But
You can't. Trust me. In them moments, there's nothing to legislate for. It's
Cam,
like
I
when
heard that.
you go past the goalkeeper and they shoot and you just handball it.
Cam,
That wasn't in your mind.
Cam,
It's instinct.
It's a reflex.
I heard that.
Oh shit! Boom.
Cam,
Yeah,
I heard that.
You're not gonna be thinking, oh shit. Hold on.
Wait.
I've got David Raya, who's a really good goalkeeper.
just do reflex,
I've got you're not gonna
Cam,
do that.
I
You're
heard
just like,
it.
oh, bam.
I hate
you know.
But again, this is why, and again, not to bring the conversation, but that's what the conversation is. We're talking about the best of the best here.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about someone that we're saying that potentially against Van Dijk, Konate, and
Van Dijk
whatnot.
did the same against Newcastle. Don't forget
Which
that.
one?
He did the
Which
same
one?
against Newcastle. He went last season, I think it was. The ball came over and he got
Different
sent off, bringing the guy
situation,
down.
different
Same
situation.
panic moment, same thing. That's a different situation.
But-
Virgil would
It's
never.
just
Virgil
instincts,
would
man.
never.
It's just
No, I
instincts
hate,
for
but
me.
what I'm saying is, it's one of those things where, so the action of where it was, it's like I don't think he needed to.
No, I get you.
I don't
for
think he
me,
needed
I
to.
think
It can happen.
He's done dirty by Trossard putting him in.
No,
there.
100%. It's all on Trossard. It's all on Trossard.
I think Trossard. Look, I was.
And then Trossard did the crime, and then didn't have to get subbed off either.
You know, it's worse that it's because it's Trossard.
Yeah,
That
of
did
all
it, but
people,
No. I'm talking about it's your own teammate.
Yeah.
That is instant panic.
Yeah.
If it was Christie did a nice ball to Vanson, bro, and
would've
Saliba
dealt
was
with that.
out of
He would've
position,
dealt with that.
he not even dealt with. Forget about dealing with it. He would have never taken him down, bro. Because he would have been anticipating a ball. Oh, I made a mistake. Boom. He wouldn't have done that. But it's the fact that you're just standing there in a calm moment. My man is offside, by the way. We're forgetting that. He was obviously in an offside position initially, and then Trossard boots it back. That's instant panic. Your own teammate. Like I think.
Mind you,
I
though,
was even angry at Saliba.
I still think
I just thought it was-
even after the red card, I expected Bournemouth to take control of the game, but Arsenal actually stayed in it. I felt
No,
like,
Arsenal
until even,
have
the
shown
second
that
half.
they can play football with 10 men.
And then your boy Gabriel Martinelli, of course,
Man
had
said
that
my
goal.
boy. Man
He
said
had
my
that
boy.
golden chance to kind of redeem himself
it.
of everything and just kind of put Arsenal in a comfortable position, to be fair, because they take that, you know what they're going to do. Sit back, 4 centre-backs, lock it off, and who knows, they would have walked
had
away.
to finish.
That was one of those chances where I'm just like, I genuinely think there's a lot of Arsenal fans who sold their stocks there and
Yeah.
there.
Can I ask
It's
you-
like,
can I ask you
I can't forgive this.
Bro, you see in moments, right, when Arsenal fans, when they talk about, damn, how do we lose, who was it? Let's say like Brighton. How do we lose to Fulham last season? West Ham.
'Cause you don't kill.
don't want that to be one of them games, and you're going to look at it. You're going to look at these highlights. That's a moment where Martinelli, I count that, as we always say, high leverage. That's a high leverage moment.
Yeah.
Forget about, some people always think that the high leverage stuff just means top 6 games.
Yeah.
No. 0-0. What was it? 0-0. It was 0-0.
Yeah, it was 0-0
at
at
the time. 10 men away. Bro, Martinelli, bro.
Clutch that
You've
would've
got
been.
to just bury that. You've got to
And it was
bury
how
that,
he
bro.
hit it straight at him as well. He
Got
didn't
to
go for
bury
any
it.
corner as well. It was just this
What,
way. And
what
then
did you make
after
of
that,
Arteta's comments?
what did he say?
He kept repeating about the chance.
Oh, he
What,
kept saying,
Martinelli
yeah,
chance?
we missed a big chance at the end. And I
kept-
was like,
he kept going on
he
about the
knows
chance.
himself
You
that
know-
was a costly opportunity because he was like, maybe we could have managed the game after that. But then even the irony of them being undone by a set piece after that as well was just...
Yeah.
And Christie, I think he said as well, he's usually the last name to be registered
Yeah.
for set pieces. I mean,
But,
come
but
on.
the thing is, though, let's like, think
Arsenal
about
didn't
the
play
thing.
great
That's
before
what I was
that.
about to say, but it's not
Like-
even, bro. It's
They didn't play
I
great.
looked at the lineup, and I promise you, no word of a lie, I laughed.
Bro, you knew it was going to be a long day.
I looked at the lineup
weren't
and I
great.
laughed, bro. When I saw
No Saka,
Moreno,
no Odegaard.
Partey, Rice, I saw Sterling, Havertz, and Trossard. Bro, I laughed, and the performance for me
Matched what you saw.
Matched what I
Four
thought I was going to
centre-backs,
see.
3 DMs.
It wasn't nice,
man.
man. Moreno, everything he was doing was looking clunky.
He had a
One
big
time the
chance as
ball,
well.
he booted the ball in the air. I was like, brother, this is Arsenal now. Like, you're on the main screen. You can't be you can't be booting the ball in the air.
You're not ITV4.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, but when I was looking at it, I thought Arsenal were just, I don't know. Again, I'm not flipping Nwaneri's agent, but I just look at
He should be
moments
playing.
like that and I'm like,
should be
come
playing.
on, man.
Get me out there, bro.
Yeah, no
Should be
Odegaard,
playing.
no Saka. You need some, like, offensive quality, bro. Like, put him in. Like, I feel like sometimes it's like, was that rest really necessary, that lineup for Bournemouth? Was that necessary?
Was that
necessary? Do you know what I'm trying to say, though? Like, I don't know, man.
No, I think a lot of Arsenal fans share that sentiment. Again, losing 2-0 is not something you want to do. I think the issue with Arsenal is a lot of Arsenal fans were saying before this, we've not really missed Odegaard.
I think they've missed Odegaard.
What?
Creatively.
I dare an Arsenal fan say that.
I don't think any. I don't.
You are out of your mind.
I'm telling you, it's like, we've still been able to create. Again,
you're
Saka,
in denial.
Saka's been able to create.
You're in denial.
These were injury enforced, but you've seen what happens when they don't have those two there.
But you know what is? Look, listen.
No,
if you miss KDB and Rodri, that's their let's say that's their version of KDB and Rodri.
Yeah. You're
gonna feel it. If Salah and Van Dijk didn't play, you're gonna feel it.
But don't make it hard for yourself.
My thing
don't
is,
make it hard for yourself.
You had to look again. We're all talking about fine little details about the best teams. We just spoke about Liverpool. We just spoke about City. Mm-hmm. I said it before, and I'm saying it again. I just don't think a Moreno, Calafiori, and Raheem Sterling summer
window
was
100%.
That is a disappointing win. That is not a good window, bro. It is not. And look, we always thought, because maybe people are going to stay fit. Saka was like Bruno. Them man are indestructible. They never were missing games. Mm-hmm. But now you're missing it, and it's Sterling. And I'm like, bro, that's a big difference in quality.
This is the one benefit that they had over the past 2 years where they didn't actually pick up any injuries to any of their key players. Saliba Gabriel, fit all season. Mm-hmm. Rice last year, fit all year. Odegaard, fit all year. Saka, fit all year. And we always looked at the Liverpool situations and these big injuries that City gets sometimes, and you think, that can impact your season. Arsenal have now had it early doors in the season, and you've seen, bro, it's like night and day.
And then already we're at a point where obviously there was some signings that maybe were made a few summers ago, like Fabio Vieira, who's now gone. Yeah. You've got Jesus, who he's now literally becoming absolute.
He's a bench
absolute. So he's like, brother, it's like, what are you actually doing out there these days? You know what I'm saying? So now it's getting to a point where it's the signings that they've already made,
it's time
not
to
even
move on.
Contributing now.
Kivior costing them the second goal.
That's a signing that Arteta made. My man's doing this. He's average. Do you get where I'm coming from? So when I look at it and I'm looking at the depth, I'm like, I just keep saying that summer, and the reason because this season I want Arsenal to win the league, bro. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh
you
man,
can't see it.
Nah, not with that summer. I don't know. Let's see.
But
they
again,
need to get their players back.
Do you think? I mean, we've spoken about everything.
There's no guarantee your players come back.
At the beginning,
you know what I mean? So
the first few episodes, the first few seasons of FCM, we were saying that how whether you think that Foden's great or not, whatever. City had a situation where they could leave Foden on the bench and they could leave all the players that played in the Euros. It was kind of like, you guys, cool, it's fine. We said that Arsenal are probably going to have to give an annual leave to their players because they're so needed. Saka's not playing, you start looking around and thinking, oh shit, who's actually going to score a goal? What, begging for an academy prospect to come in and start playing games because we know of the quality. But he still then has to settle to the water. So it's like, that then means then that there's a lack of something that we're saying that Ethan has to be the guy to...
No, but maybe you can say that's something with Arteta because remember when Arteta started, it was ESR and Saka that... Maybe he was never going to lose his job, but from the outside looking in, there was a point where you're thinking, "Whoa, now it's peak for Arteta." And Saka and ESR said, "What, bro? We're Hayland boys. We're gonna carry the mantle."
Yeah.
I think ESR nearly got 10 league goals or something like that. And Saka did this thing. So I'm just looking at you need maybe just a little burst of life. Why not put in an academy player or something? Because really and truly, the way I'm looking at it, with someone like, let's say for example Sterling, he's come in. When I'm seeing him, if he's going to be a Saka replacement, it kind of feels like it's not much different to like a Reece Nelson.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that's... Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Because let's keep it 100, you may think, respect Raheem Sterling, and I do. We've spoken about it many times.
Facts.
But after this Arsenal spell, where do man think Sterling's going, bro? Do we think he's going to the...
Guangdong.
Going to the best team? Nah, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, disrespectful.
But he's looking at those type of teams, or unless he can get to like Milan with Tammy and them man there, but... You're looking at something like that. So, I don't know, man.
Again, without dragging it out, because again, I don't think it's a Raheem Sterling thing, but if you look at how
I'm not saying it's a Raheem Sterling.
No.
He's just part of the summer.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is...
part of the summer. Moreno is not a starter in Arsenal's best 11.
If you were to equate it, the window before, and again, I'm so glad you brought it up, when you were saying that Arsenal did the Jorginho, whatever window.
Trust
At
me.
that time, for where Arsenal were,
For the short term.
that window was beneficial.
Yeah.
Arsenal at the same proposition of when they were doing that window. So the Raheem Sterling loan move, it's like, okay, you've got depth option, but is that the option that's going to make you go toe for toe with Manchester City, with all of their depth? I don't
saying.
know. Calafiori signing, yes, it's going to mean that you've got more defenders, but is that the thing that's going to take you over the line? And that's when we're speaking about Arsenal, we're talking about a team that needs to go over the line now. You've been there, you've flirted with teams, you had a few results that didn't make you win the league last year. What is that thing that's going to push you over the line? And I don't think the way that it's been manoeuvred by Arsenal necessarily does that. It's not stuff you look at and you go, oh, okay, we're talking now.
Of course. And I don't think anyone really did this summer. Liverpool didn't sign anybody. This is on Chiesa. Man City brought in Savinho they brought back Gundogan, right? But in terms of like, we're talking about ceiling rate, like something that can lift the level, they didn't really do anything. But City have the luxury of saying, hold on a second, we won the last 4 Premier Leagues. You know what I mean?
And
one
bro,
team was trying to...
Savinho, as a signing, when you thought what he did last year, you thought, you know what, this is going to be interesting to see how it fits in. It's still something that you go, oh, okay.
Yeah, but and I think Calafiori, I think he's good. I think he's somebody, when I look at, for example, if Ben White and Timber, he's somebody that, can slot in and you can maintain the level.
Yeah.
I just think when I'm looking at the other two, I'm just like, listen, I've seen Moreno. I think he's decent. I don't think he's a game changer in any way. I still actually believe that Partey, Rice, and Odegaard is their best midfield. But maybe you can say that's great depth. But is it? I don't know. And people are saying that we'll say Rice. People will say that Rice will move to the 6 and Moreno will move midfield and Odegaard will be the 10, in the advanced 8 in their best 11. I don't really think Arteta sees Rice as a 6 anymore, bro. I don't.
You think he looks at him as a left-sided 8?
He looks at him as a left-sided 8, bro. So I think you'll see more of, if there's ever going to be a situation where it is Rice that's playing 6, it'll probably be Jorginho or it'll probably still be Thomas Partey. Trust me. You'll see.
I don't think...
When was the last time he put him 6 starting?
Yeah.
Jorginho in 2025.
I'm just saying, though. But when was the last time you saw him starting consecutive games as the 6? It's not that often anymore.
I think, listen,
I still think that's his best role, I'll be honest with you.
I do too, but
listen,
I'm just
man,
saying.
I don't think
our opinions don't matter. It's Arteta's.
Boy, listen, Arsenal are still going to be in and amongst it. I think what this showcases is, especially with in the Pep era, losing 3 points, it stings. Because that's what it can come down to come May. It's the game that you lost to Bournemouth for no reason. And I think that's why the discourse is so much. I think the issue with Arsenal is they just have to get back on the horse and then get back to winning quickly and hopefully you can get all of the players back in. Because, boy, listen, the league can... The league contention can get away from quickly. Then you got the Champions League games coming.
Bournemouth and then Liverpool next at home.
Nah, I actually think Arsenal are going to win that game. I think Arsenal are going to win that game.
It'll be a draw.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think Arsenal will do that one. Emirates,
Saliba will be a big miss. Was
Listen,
that centre back of
Saka has to be fit though. But right now, this week he's getting them injections, bro.
Oh, 100%.
He's getting
I don't
them
think he'll play
injections.
Shakhtar midweek.
Yeah, probably not. No. Probably not.
Listen, man. United. Talk to me. Birthday weekend win. Boys, did you proud?
Yeah, gave you a little gift. Hoyland,
Did you
Garnacho.
Who?
Hoyland,
the boys.
Garnacho,
Yeah. Listen, I called them.
Boss calls.
Made some boss call. I said, Rasmus, come on, mate.
I need the first.
I need a favour.
What did you make of his quotes?
Good. It's about time. I mean, content creators have said that, and we get
called.
called.
His quotes? Sorry.
His quotes were that he's realised that he can't really be battling.
Yeah.
He needs to get on the end of that.
He said he said I stopped wrestling. I tried to stop wrestling with the defenders, and I started dropping deep to get the ball.
Bro, this was actually the difference I felt like yesterday. Kind of your attack, bro. There was less of the come here, let's argy-bargy, and he was actually. Oh, let me flick this and actually get down the other side.
Striker,
you know what? Let me hold this up and just pop this off. And Rashford on the right wing surprised me as well.
Very good
A couple of decent balls.
I don't think that might have been Rashford's best performance I've seen in his last 3 years.
Because it was always, Rashford can play on the left, but Garnacho's found himself on the right. And it was like, no, Garnacho popped up with the goal as well. But I thought Rashford just It looked a
very
bit
good,
different. Yeah, I thought Xerxes when he
Wait.
came on didn't look too great.
Bro, I don't know.
I can't lie, you lot are concerning me. What you done to my boy, man?
Bro, wait, I don't get why can't he control a football right now? Like, the one thing you're meant to have is technical ability.
United.
The touch
Can't
used to
even
be
touch
magical,
the ball, bro.
Listen.
Oh, there was one time the ball was in the air. He tried to control it, and it bounced.
Yeah.
Like they all bounced. He actually couldn't get his foot on the ball. I was like, nah, this is spooky, bro.
I thought the front three were good though.
Let me not lie to you. Rashford saw matey boy get the England job, and he thought, I've got one more in
time
me.
to shine.
I've got one more in me.
Nah.
Man, so his boy get the England job. He said, yeah, you know what? I've got another call up there. But no, again, good performance. The cross though, that's like again, show the quality.
Who with the cross for the goal?
Yeah, show the quality, man.
Do you know what it is? That was a very poor first half for me. It felt like a friendly first half. It was genuinely so slow. We conceded controversy with the De Ligt bringing him off and whatever.
That was funny.
But he had a good performance actually, De Ligt. But the second half, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's because we got booed off the pitch. Maybe it spurred them on. But also
Something
in
clicked.
the second half, he started putting Dallo went inverted a little bit in the second half. The press was a lot better. The energy, the intensity was much better. Keeping Rashford on the right hand side and stuff. So I'll give credit to Ten Hag for that. I also got to give credit to the players for you get booed off. You don't come out like you came out like hold on a second. We're gonna show these guys we're still better than flipping Brentford. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't even know if the table shows that, but in theory. So they went and did that, and the second half was much better. You know what I mean? It was actually a performance, and I don't actually say it often, but it was actually a performance. I was like, oh, we deserved to win the football match.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So good performance from them in the second half, but it's about maintaining that, you know. And there's still little things that Man United need to do better. You have to be clinical. Garnacho, you're not going to get 4 or 5 chances every game, bro. Brentford, you had that left back on the right back on toast. You had a good moment, but we need to take those. It needs to, you know what I mean? We need to take. If we're going to get 3 chances, one has to be buried at least.
Yeah.
So it's those moments that we still need to improve. It was good to see Rasmus score a goal like that. You know what I mean? Composed, just
finish.
cool, confident. You know what I mean? He's a good finisher.
Icing
Rasmus
off a good
Højlund.
game as well.
Yeah,
That's the
Rasmus
most
Højlund is a
important
good
thing,
finisher. He just, as we always say, work on the other side, which he just spoke about. Movement. Stop wrestling. Be smarter, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Be a little bit smarter with what you do.
if only you
When
could-
it comes to the finishing, I'm not worried about that guy.
Yeah.
It's the other side, and then hopefully it comes, man.
What did you make of Martinez at left back?
Yeah, he had a quite decent game. He had a decent game, but you know what it is though? I was actually looking at Thomas Frank, and I was like, why has Thomas Frank got Mbeumo on the touchline like that? Like, he played too wide.
Yeah.
Mbeumo's meant to be...
Wasn't effective.
He was
Assisting
not
there, the
effective.
forward, yeah.
He was just
Get close
on
to the
the
forward.
touchline. Made it easy for me, in my opinion. I was looking to game thinking, oh, Mbeumo might give us...
Barbecue chicken.
And when I saw him down there, I was like,
It's
cool.
fun.
Licha handled it well. And yeah, I thought De Ligt had a really good game as well, personally. You know what I mean? You see Ugarte come on and had that little run. Did you see? Tried to do a little drive.
Listen, let him, man. He's trying to get involved in some of the action as well, man.
That's killing me. Mike, you never walk alone, says, unbiased, the thresholds are getting cards for is very low right now in comparison to what I've seen this season, but they need to just get on with it. I think that's in relation to referees.
I fully agree. I think referees, I don't know if they've been briefed. I don't know if they've been briefed that you have to touch on these certain points or whatever, but I do think, what game was it? I don't know if it was Anthony Taylor or who it was. There was a ref that gave like 11 cards in one game or something.
It was the Chelsea game. It was the game you played where it was the most yellow cards.
No, we didn't play each other yet. Who is it? Chelsea?
Oh, you're talking about United game?
No.
Chelsea game.
It was somebody's game.
Yeah, but we got it's the most cards ever in the Premier League game.
I was like, this ref is triggered.
And it wasn't that sort of game.
Yeah,
I think it
wasn't the Battle of the Bridge or something.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
I was like, yo, this is getting silly.
Yeah. Caesar says the Tosin challenge, he was in Liverpool's half, therefore deemed a tactical foul and doesn't qualify as a red. Great game today. Lukewarm Palmer pocketed up Arne's top of the table Reds. That's too funny, man. It was Chelsea Bournemouth that game. Any other business?
Spurs had the last little win, eh?
Yeah. Good little comeback, you know.
Spurs and Arsenal have conceded the same amount of goals. Are you trying to bring it back, yeah? Are you trying to bring back your shot, yeah? What are you saying?
Oh, is that so?
Did you concede too early? Did you not stick to your guns?
You know you got angry at me.
No, I did. Bro, did you not see me at the live show? I stuck to my guns, bro.
Oh, you did.
Bro, I always stick with my boys, man.
I pointed
Don't worry, I
something
said
out.
to them, we're going to spin the block.
I pointed something out and you got very annoyed with me.
What happened?
No,
I was like,
I don't like this guy.
What was it? What
I was saying, I was watching the game, the Spurs game, right? I was like, obviously, early kickoff.
Yeah.
There, watching. Had my lunch with me. So watching, I was like, okay, cool. Then I saw like a tactical change by Ange, because he often gets. It's often said that he doesn't make tactical changes.
Yeah.
This was a different. Yeah.
So
something different.
Madison off.
Who?
Madison comes off half-time. I was like, okay.
Madison got hooked half-time.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. And then I'm watching the game. I'm
in the back now. You shut your face as well, yeah?
1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals.
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
I was like, oh, tactical change. I was like, this is good. This is good.
So,
this is
wait, hold
good
on.
management.
So, can we
This is
give some
good
context?
team
Wait,
management.
Is it Kulu's team?
You are making me sick.
Is this something I can get
You are
behind?
making me sick.
Yeah, and listen, I'm
No.
analyze. Kulu in the midfield.
Let's break it down.
Kulu in the midfield.
No.
Is he your best midfielder?
This season.
Is he?
For
No.
sure.
Is he your best midfielder?
No. Let's relax. Let's calm down. This season, Kulu, I can't
Have I
lie
said
to you,
anything
though,
wrong?
he has. Yes, you have.
What
you
did I
have
say
given
wrong?
zero context. It was
Give him
merely
context.
just a tactical change. That's what it was. Because Madison got the assist for the equaliser, bro.
Assist.
He was
I'm
actually creating
Assist.
in the first half as well.
So why did he get
All
hooked
season,
then? He did something wrong.
It was a tactical change.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah,
why-
but
why-
so-
why are you-
Why are you the victim? Why are you the
It's
victim?
my turn. It's my turn. Yeah? Look, it was a tactical change. We needed more legs in midfield.
So you
If
took one for the team?
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Paqueta and Souček were getting free runs in that first half. Madison wasn't tracking. Basuma was getting left on an
Luxury.
island. And I said, you know what? I want to see it halftime. Go watch my watch. I said, please, I need a double pivot. This man on the island ain't working. He brought on Sarr. That's what we did. 15 minutes, 3 goals. Ange is proven right. Do you know what I was happy with?
What?
The fact that Ange is just making tactical tweaks within the game. Because we're not used to seeing this. It's my way or the highway, mate. So for once, thank you. It actually worked out as well. And this was the mistake we made against Brighton. Got complacent thinking, all right, we could do this gung-ho shit forever. No. Sometimes you need to just become a little bit more resolute. Listen, Sarr, quality player. You know I love my Sarr,
That's my
boy.
thing about Madders though. You basically just basically done what I say about Madders. I feel like that's why when I look at Madders, quality player, whatever, but I always said, not always said, I've discovered in my mind that like I've recently woken up to the reason why he can't play at the best teams is because of that, bro. For me, I just think
What, the work this
he's
way?
kind of like a luxury.
Matter.
Yeah, he's like a luxury.
Mata
No,
works,
obviously,
though, man.
Prima was but Jose came in and said, "Brother, I'm not doing that at the top level."
Yeah,
he did, didn't it?
I know.
So when I look at Madders, I'm just like, you're a luxury, but you're not at that level to be that luxury.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're not like
The thing is,
best
I think
midfielder in the world.
this system as well exposes that a little bit more because you've got Basuma, who's a defensive sitter, but then these two are almost like box to box, but they need to create as well. Kulu absolutely
Kulu's got the
thrives
legs.
in that.
He can drive.
Bro, he loves
KDB
that.
like, you know,
Powerful.
Bro, it's
KDB
almost
like,
like the shackles have been taken off him of being stuck on the wing,
See,
and
this
he's
is what I
like, he's
want
just
from
enjoying
This is
it.
what I want for Grealish, man. Get him off that
Whoa,
wing.
whoa.
Get him off that wing.
Please.
Get him off that wing.
Get
Yo.
those 100 mil flops out of him,
Has
man.
Kulu ever- has Kulu ain't-
Yo.
Kulu
100 mil.
Kulu hasn't even done Villa Grealish stuff.
Hey, whoa.
Chill,
Listen,
man.
ability-wise,
Chill.
we're already clear.
Of what?
Grealish.
No, you're not.
Come on, man.
No, you're
Please,
not.
please.
No,
It's
you're
just
not.
consistency.
No, you're
And
not.
by the end of the
That
season,
was-
we'll spin the
that
block
was
on my
blasphemy.
man.
No, you're not.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Sweden Euros were coming as well.
Sweden,
Don't worry.
you are, please, bruh. He ain't never doing nothing for Sweden.
Hey,
bruh.
nah.
Seb Larsson, the real G up in Sweden, bruh. You know about Seb Larsson.
I do. Nah, I can't lie.
You better start trying to diss
She's
him.
don't forget. I was about to say
Master.
something. She's don't forget.
Master.
But nah, good win. You know what I mean? First win in London as well for Ange. What did he have a record of? 5 losses, 2 draws.
Something,
yeah.
Finally got one over
Can we
West Ham.
talk about
so-
the team that you played?
West Ham. Julian Lopetegui. Please prepare your CV. I will see you at the job centre on Monday, brother.
Bro,
What
I
are you
don't
doing
even
over there? What are you doing at the job centre?
Picking up a jobless babes.
man.
Come on, man.
Honestly.
Run out on choices in life. Come pick your boy.
See, karma is a very funny thing, man. I know people say, yeah, but the David Moyes discourse, you guys are forgetting what was happening.
Nah,
all
I'm
this
not
type
letting
of
Cams
stuff.
run that every
And all
week.
this
No,
type of stuff.
No.
I justice for Moyes, and I'll drum that home.
you are
I will
correct to move
go
forward.
and hire him again. Go and rehire him.
Don't do that.
Go and
That's
rehire him.
That's
go and
disgusting.
rehire him.
Respect yourself.
No, don't respect yourself. bruv.
Lopetegui was the wrong choice. That's all we can acknowledge. I think, listen, that guy, he looks lost out there. I can't lie to you. That's exactly the type of result as well. With the start that they've had, you need to get rid.
Bro,
this guy
they
is
have
not
to.
They're
inspiring these
shipping
players.
goals. They're shipping in goals.
Clueless.
I don't even know if you could. At this point, it's like I don't even know what they want to do out there. Like, You're just
Are they
talking
an
about
attacking
people
team?
saying
Are they a defensive team?
winners of the window and all this type of stuff.
Trust me.
Gimmick, man.
That was
Gimmick.
me.
No, forget even you. Certain man on DR Sports was talking about West Ham 5th. See what I'm saying about these youths, bro? Huh? Who knows who he is? You know what I mean? The other four-eyed freak, bro. You know what I mean? You're the first four-eyed freak.
You're dumb.
The other four-eyed freak is...
He's trying
to jump it. He dropped the glasses.
The other four-eyed freak is flipping
Ty.
Matisse.
Oh.
No, Matisse, bro. Man said Ty. Go easy on Ty, bro.
Hey, Ty, I love you, man.
It's Matisse, bro. Man said West Ham 5th. Not with Lopetegui, bro. That's them. You know, Lopetegui's not a Premier League manager, bro. And I don't even get it, yeah. Like, he didn't do anything at Wolves either. I don't get that appointment. It was a
I said
poor
I think they
appointment.
had the best
Kept
window,
Moyes.
but he's obviously coming in with a point to prove after his Wolves spell. He's had horrors at
He's
Madrid,
taking the piss.
Spain.
He's taking the piss.
Now he's coming in also to fix his reputation. And if
taking the
this
piss.
has not tanked, I'll be surprised if he gets a Alaves or Osasuna job.
Nah,
after
he needs
this.
to be looking at like El Etifak, El Ittihad, and them.
I'd
ones.
even say
Look what-
Spartak Moscow
Nuno went
and-
and rebuilt his rep up in,
And then came back.
Al Ittihad.
and now he got Nottingham Forest too.
Nah, but you know, sometimes they go Olympiacos and them clubs, and they go win a couple of Greek titles and that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he needs to go do.
Yeah, no.
What a good Europa League run.
Yeah,
You know,
one
one
of
day
them
you
ones.
see him in the quarterfinal, it's like,
yeah,
oh, snap.
that's Lopetegui.
Yeah, I remember that guy. You know what I mean? Remember, Kudus was moving with the aft. That was like real aft
That's
slap.
a proper Ghanaian, isn't
That was
it?
get off me.
Rubbish, what rubbish?
We didn't even touch on
What
that.
rubbish?
Oh my god!
Did you
I
dare
can't lie
touch
to
me?
you. I actually respected it. I was like, yo, our Premier League is coming back. Bro, he kicked the shit out of Van der Ven, slapped him in the face, didn't even know he knocked out Richarlison, by the way, then tried to go for Pape Sarr. I said, yeah, he will go.
He lost his
He's
whole
fed up.
head.
Scored my goal. I'm
yeah.
trying to do my magic, and this is what you lot are doing to me. Nah, I've had
You
enough.
see people like Kudus, you see when West Ham now like are drowning, those are the signings. I know I don't want to bring back to Man United, but that's the type of signings you need to quickly
You
go
gonna take
make
them
in
quickly.
these moments,
Yeah.
bro.
So listen,
Get them
thank
type of
you,
man quick.
thank you.
Quick.
Get him out of there. But
facts.
honestly,
Baller, man.
West Ham, I don't know what you do at this moment. I know Rafa Benitez was going on, what's it called? Not over that.
Graham Potter there.
Graham Potter was doing interviews. There's certain people that are circling the block
England
to
job
make
gone
themselves
now?
out there.
He didn't
So
offer him the England job, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Graham Potter's
Go
there.
get yourself a club
Listen,
job
man.
again, bro.
you know that.
I agree.
Good level as well. Good players they've just signed as well. That would actually be a
He
perfect
would
match.
cook there. He would cook there.
Yeah, I think so as well.
would cook
Tadibo though, you dodge a bullet,
Can't
boy.
lie, yo.
I was never convinced of Tadibo, bro.
I can't.
I was
bro,
United fans made it
I
out like
watched
he
so
was
many
the
Nice games though,
answer.
bro, where he was cold,
Bro.
And I was like, yo, bring him Spurs, please.
No,
I don't
Tadibo
care.
hype, man. Tadibo
Oh
hype.
man, I saw Son at
From us-
32 giving him.
Yeah, bro, you still getting sold by Son
I said,
step over.
no. You rolled the clock back. Oh man.
Do you want to
it
give a
was-
shout out to Son actually?
Sorry,
You still
Sly.
getting, bro.
Son's performance, you want to give a shout out to that?
Son did his thing. To be fair, first half he was kind of Son left wing in 2024,
Yeah.
but then second half he actually started drifting in a little bit more. The little
Floodgates
1-2 with
open.
Kulu did his thing, man. I love it,
Yeah,
man.
man. Listen, man, get the likes up.
Get the likes, 1K, man.
Listen,
1K,
man.
come on.
Yeah, man.
Let's round off, man. Champs and duds of the week.
Champ for me, I'm gonna give it to
everything got
Ishaku
wins.
Fatawu for his
My dog.
Bro, man came on as a substitute and changed the game for Leicester basically. 2-0 down against Southampton, I think it was. He absolutely tore that left back to shreds. What a player. He obviously cooked in the Championship last year.
Yeah.
This season has been a little bit on the bench. Him
Yeah.
and Mavdidi I was expecting a lot more of, to be fair, but
Keeping-
this is
not
one of
taking
those kind of
piss.
games I feel like he's putting the manager on notice like, brother, you better put me in that
Yeah.
starting lineup moving forward.
Gary Lineker made boss calls. He's like, I don't understand why this guy's not playing. Steve Cooper's he's got to start
Facts.
listening, boy. 'Cause,
Facts.
boy, it's a bit mad. Similar sort of rain. I'll go Justin Kluivert. Came off the bench, got busy, dedicated a goal to his
Clive
baby.
Junior.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So you know, I like the way. Like, I always feel for players that are like the offspring of like legends.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's
nice.
But
Big
like,
shoes to fill.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
Bronny James, yeah?
Boy,
You got
they're
2
saying he's
weeks.
gonna end up in the G League.
You got 2 weeks, Bronny.
If he end up in G League.
Bronny James, yeah.
Ooh. Well, he got 17 points the other
17
day,
points in
innit?
his
Yeah,
last
come
game.
on, man.
Hopefully,
Do you
he goes into
do you
good
see-
form.
You see the rookie that started shooting mad threes. What's his name?
Which one?
The guy that made like what
is
18
it
points.
the one?
The white guy.
No, what's his name?
I don't know, but he was going crazy.
Yeah, I've seen his name. Oh,
He was going crazy. I said, "Oh shit!"
yeah. My champ. This is a funny one, actually. I just saw it on the way here. Manolas.
Manolas.
Did you? Manolas.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy, obviously, he's not watching, but I'll say it here.
Yeah.
This guy retired. Well, stop play. Yeah, retire from professional football.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if he had really bad injuries or something because he's only 33. Obviously, we all remember him from that legendary moment against Barcelona for Roma. This guy has now gone to play for his non-league team. Yeah, that his hometown non-league team. By the way, he's a centre back. He went to his non-league team, scored 5 goals in 30 minutes and got hooked and got subbed off. He's now a striker. Bro, that just shows the levels between elite and the average. Bro, everyone that talks about, let's say, I don't know, Harry Maguire. Brother, Harry Maguire will be the record club goal scorer for your team.
What did I say on the watch along? I said Jamie O'Hara.
Bro, go and put... Yes,
I said Jamie O'Hara. I said I saw a video of him pulling up on the 5 side and absolutely cooking him. But you look at him and think 40s. He's a meaty Premier League footballer.
Bro.
I'd have him. But the way he was making man look stupid, I said this is the gap between your everyday man and your professional footballer. He can retire as a centre back, come to a centre forward, and still toy with.
And bro, this is why I may say somebody is not good enough for my club or your club, but I rarely, maybe in the heat and moment you're angry, but I don't call people shit, bro. I don't call them shit. Let's say the biggest lobster is Anthony or something. Brother, if Anthony pulls up on your Sunday league game, you're gonna think you saw Jesus on earth, bro. You're not, that's what Larry Bird said about MJ. Like, I think I saw Jesus for the first time. You're gonna think Anthony is God walking, bro. Honestly, it's like, forget about it.
It's mad though, man. Remember I told you, man, that when Ledley King came up here, and I said that with his one knee and in Air Forces, bro, the level is different, bro. And Lescott as well.
Bruv.
I said, this is different, man. These guys are retired as well.
These
are retired guys.
I'm telling you, I always say it, bro. I played against, I remember I've said it to you, man. I played against Jody Morris one time.
Yeah, busted midfield, did it?
He retired, 20 years ago as well?
He retired time ago. I played against this guy. The ball came in the air. Yeah, in the air from a goal kick. I'm trying to defend him. Yeah. Like, he's not only shielding me, he just pops off first time the ball comes, pops off first time to his teammate, steps back a little bit, receives the 1-2. I'm out of the game, mate. From that moment,
IQ, man.
I said, it's different.
Semi-pro, that's all I got for y'all. I ain't going pro, bro. I
remember there's one time Carl, another friend of the show.
Yeah.
There's one volley he scored at goal, goals, I didn't even know he could score volleys at that goal. Because the goals are small. Yeah. Like, his leg was like by his head.
Yeah.
And just... I said, this is different, man. But
it's crazy. Even like I used to play for when I used to be at Hinton Borough, and there was Sam Hurrell. I don't know if anyone knows Sam Hurrell, the first ever football icon. If anyone remember, if you are OG, first ever football icon, he was our manager.
Okay.
We were losing a lot. This guy was like, all right, he just registered himself. Yes. Man will come on and start playing 10, fam. Man will come on and start playing 10 and be our best player. He was a left back that didn't make it at Chelsea, bro. Oh, yeah, it's insane, man. It's insane.
There's levels to the game, man. Duds. I feel like I've given these guys duds so much, but Southampton, you have to be my duds again.
Who?
Southampton and Russell Martin. Like, it's all good speaking well in press conferences, but it's too much, man.
Barcelona winning 3-0.
Barcelona.
Lewandowski.
Barcelona mean business, man. Any other duds?
No, actually, don't have one this week.
Hey, Barcelona, man,
Lopetegui?
cooking. Yeah, lower. Hey,
Lopetegui.
Lower ever since I met him, bro.
All right, man, we get it, bro. Get it, bro.
Nah. Say it, bro.
Every single week.
Acknowledge me, bro.
Every single week.
Yo,
this guy, I'm so sick of him. Bro, I need Lewandowski to go. I'm gonna become a Lewandowski hater. That's what you're driving me.
How have I? Yo, anyway.
I said, how have I done this, bro? How have I done this, bro?
Oh my God. Crazy.
We'll be back next week. Like, share, subscribe. Algorithm. Smash the like button on your way out. Champions League football back this week.
Yes. Champions League is back this week.
I'm sure there'll be some Europa League watch-alongs. There'll be some content coming out. There'll be stuff, man. Make sure you're locking with the personals. Make sure you're looking to DL Sport. We'll be back soon. Adios, amigos.